think it's a full-bodied chocolate notes oak. Man, well, I'm just happy to be here with you, Kush. It's crazy that we decided to just kind of get together and have this conversation. How do you feel? I think you are releasing your album, already released. How do you feel?
Nah, for sure. It feels good just
Yeah.
for it to be out. You know what I mean? To be sharing it with the people and getting feedback and things of that nature. So it feels good just to have it out there to the public for sure.
Yeah. So you've been doing music for how long now?
So I started doing music in like 20. Well, I originally started doing music in like probably the thousands for sure, like 2007 or 8 or something crazy. I was like messing around with beats and things like that. But I took a hiatus for like 10 years away from it for real, just life. And I like went to college, all types of shit. And in like 2018, I was like 25 and I just kind of said to myself, it's like a now or never type moment.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it. So we like 4 years later, like 3, 4 projects later, and you know what I'm saying, we here.
Yeah, we made it. We here. We
Yeah.
here. It's crazy. We had a conversation about just interviews in general and watching interviews, and the energy when it comes to interviews is it's always almost like a clickbait. Like people will ask, disrespectful questions or frame it in a way that they know is going to get the views. We ain't got to do that.
Nah, people gonna tune into this one. You know, it's
Yeah.
dope. Even locally, you know what I'm saying. Just being able to put things together and collaborate on stuff like this with people that you want. I really wanted to do this with you. You know what I'm saying. So I'm glad we here.
I'm happy to be here. We are here with Kevin Cush with the C. I don't know if I can say your government name like that. Can I?
It's
No.
Cushionberry, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's
So
Cush with a
Cush
C
with
to
the
them though.
C. Yeah. So Tmoney, Tamara here with Cush with the C. He just released an album, To Whom Much Is Given. And I think we all were raised on that. To whom much is given, much is tested. Okay, and life will test you. God will test you. So, just happy to be here with you. I mean, really, the energy is great. The album is phenomenal. What I want to ask is, this is your first self-produced album?
Nah, for sure, for sure. So, probably, like I said, when I was a younger kid, I started like messing around with beats and things of that nature. But I never really had like a product I could share because I was like 15, 16 years old or whatever. In September 2021, I got like a new MacBook. During the pandemic, my MacBook had like messed up and I was just going to studios, different studios. My last couple of projects I just did at different studios and things
Okay.
like that. And so, like I said, like September 2021, I got a new MacBook and I just started like saying like, man, I'm gonna mess around with some beats on this, see how it feel to just make beats as, at this stage. And by like October, we had like 2 or 3 of the joints that ended up making it to the final project.
Oh, wow.
So by about like December 31st, we knew like, oh, it's an album. You know what I'm saying? So literally between now and like then and like June, we just been like crafting, perfecting,
So to the public, to whom much is given is a few days old. It's a newborn, but to you, it's how long is that conception?
Yeah, nah, we joke around. Me and my older brother joke around. We've been having like a private link to it since like New Year's Eve for
Wow.
real. So New Year's Eve was when I felt like it was done. We added like 2 more songs after that. But really and truthfully, like New Year's Eve, I went into the new year saying like, hey, I got 10 joints. The final one ended up being 12, but I knew I had 10 at that point in time. So yeah.
You feel like this is your purpose. This is what you were meant to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just once again, my brother's like a very important person in my
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a video. It was Roddy Rich in the game, ironically, like, but Hit Boy, one of like my favorite producers, he was playing them a beat in the studio, and it was like behind the scenes because
Yeah.
the game just so happened to drop his album last night too. And they was just showing like from that first second they played the beat,
Yeah.
and they was kind of like listening, okay. And then when the beat dropped, it's like everybody in the studio, before they even knew like this was gonna be a song, this their first time ever hearing this beat, they knew what it was.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody, I was like, this like the reason why I'm alive. It's like the feeling that they had in that video. and the
You could
feeling
feel
that I
that.
be having, like when I'm going through these sounds and picking what sounds gonna be a part of the beats and everything like that. It's like that feeling I get when I'm like, oh yeah, this gonna be one of them ones. Or
Yeah.
that feeling where I'm like, oh, I gotta start writing to this right now. Like I honestly don't know if I would like still be here if it wasn't for me being able to feel that. That's how strongly I feel about the music for real.
That's such an important thing because I feel like we all kind of are wandering through life and trying to figure out what is important to us. And to have that sort of anchor in music is beautiful, really. It's a vibration that you understand and that so many people understand. So that's beautiful to hear that now you can also express yourself through a medium that keeps you tethered on this earth.
Nah,
That's amazing.
for real.
Yeah. So I guess what I want to know is when we talk about using, you know, a baby picture as an album cover, that's something to me that is, rappers have been doing that since the dawn of time. If I think about the 90s, I think about Illmatic, you know, Nas in 94. We think about Notorious B.I.G. with his album, and then I always think about Lil Wayne, Carter 3, Carter 4. So I think it gives me an energy of this is a biographical, you know, this, you know, it's about you. So tell me how, you know, this, you know, you have your baby picture as the album cover. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so I mean, all those people you named were like huge influences on me. You know, growing up, those are like some of my favorites for sure. And I feel like really like the greatest rappers, they had like one of them ones where they had that baby picture. So, and those are all like classic albums. So just for myself, when I was going through the process of making this and just listening to the lyrics and things like that, even from the beginning, I got a song called Dip My Toe In.
Yes.
And I'm basically just saying like, every single thing that I tried to like maybe try and say like, let me see how I could be if I try to do this. Like I end up kind of getting cold at it.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
And that is crazy because I feel like ever since I've met you, you know, my first impression was always this man is just quiet. But the quiet ones are the observant ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You sit in the back and kind of be able to observe everyone and everybody's energy. So I guess what I want to know from you is, you know, is this you talking your shit?
Yeah, nah, for sure. We get into that, like, every part of it, because literally the very next song is, like, pound for pound, and I'm literally saying, like, I'm the best than everybody, even the favorite person you got in the city. So definitely it's a balance, but I think I had to, like, grow into that, you know, on the human side of things, and even musically, just growing more comfortable in myself, in the way I walk around, the way I carry myself. I don't feel like I gotta, you know, tiptoe around nobody or whatever. It's like, if you know what it is, you know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, you probably gonna find out. But it don't gotta be no, like, I'm not saying that as like a tough guy or whatever. I'm just saying like I'm as confident as ever in my abilities. And I think producing has kind of added even more of an emphasis onto that, you know, because it's like when people playing the music, at first it was just like this thing where it's like, oh, bro got bars, or like, yo, he's a lyricist. But it's like when I play something for somebody and they're like, damn, who made the beat? You got that off YouTube, or where you get that? I'm like, oh, it was me.
I did.
It's like that's a flex in its own. Like I ain't gotta talk about it. I can just say what I did already. So it's hard.
Wow.
So
that's beautiful. It's probably so reaffirming that you've done all of the work to get here on yourself, but also as a rapper, also as a son, as a brother. That's just so many facets of yourself. And now you get to kind of share a project with the world. Do you ever get nervous releasing a project, or do you feel like it's just kind of, this is me, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, it's not a nervousness. I think it's like a excitement.
It's your art.
Yeah, it's an excitement because at the end of the day, like once we built up anticipation and, you know, announcing it, sharing it, traveling around, going to different cities, performing, everything like that, and ultimately people being like, yo, Friday is here. I can't believe it came up. And it's like me and the people that surround me that have heard the project, us knowing like, hey, the people that go and click it, like they in for a treat. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even an energy of like, oh, I hope they like it anymore. that energy left me a long time ago. So now it's just like, hey, shit, look, y'all about to be able to come into the room with us. We've been in the room. We already know what it is. So it's just more of a like, shit, welcome to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, touching on that subject too, I know that you have a lot of really great features on this album. So, you know, talking about being able to do this for such a long time and be in the place where you are now, what are some of the other people? I know you said like Pat Ron, a Devi Stones, maybe a Coach Tev. Are those people that understand that journey as well?
Nah, for sure. So on this project, Devi Stones was like the first person that I got to be a part of it. So he's the first person I ever sat in a studio with and was like playing my beats, you know, because we known each other. We have a rapport as artists, as, you know, friends outside of the studio. But he was like the first person where I was like, hey, if I'm gonna have somebody be a part, like he's the person I'm gonna have be a part. So we got to do that. We happened to be in the studio with Donnie Domino. So he kind of added his layer onto that song as well, added some vocals to that hook. And then the Pat Ron feature was a little different. I had that beat. I wanted to send it to him for him to get on for himself. And we ended up basically, you know, he was like, nah, I ain't taking the beat unless you rap on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, if you're going to be on it, I want to be on it. Yeah.
And so it was dope because basically once we had the full product, we was like, man, that should probably go on the Cush album. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that was probably the final one that got added was that Pat Ron one.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
Okay. And then I know that you also have a track with LaVoice, who is also a super talented, mega talented R&B star out of Dallas as well. So I kind of want to find out, what was that like working with LaVoice and getting to collaborate on a song?
Yeah, so it's funny. So we known each other for about 3 or 4 years now. We actually got unreleased collabs where, you know, we did something and never made projects or whatever. And I ended up reaching out to her to get her on this record, and she was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. She lives in LA now.
Okay.
But she was going to be coming to Dallas. She was comfortable with Donnie Domino already, and he was one of the guys that I was going to help me. He ended up mixing and mastering the whole thing. So we ended up having her come. We did the song. It's called Hustle in My Blood. And probably about a week or two after that, one of my cousins messaged me saying, she was like, look at this family collab. And I was like, family collab? You know what I'm saying? And basically, she ended up telling me that my grandpa is LaVoice's grandma's cousin.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that was crazy. Just the fact, also, that in itself was crazy, but the fact we had made a song called Hustle in My Blood, and we didn't know, you know, but she was in the room with me when she was writing it. I got to hear her kind of mumbling the hook, and then actually the words being Hustle in My Blood, relating back to, you know, it just being inside of us and us having a bloodline connection. That was crazy.
It's crazy because it's one of those things where, you know, one of my favorite things to say is like, the jokes write themselves, you know, but even in this situation, it's not something you can make up. It's just, it is what it is. That's that divine almost interjection where I feel like it's not for you. It's not your making. It's already written. It's already laid out for you in this path. So I feel like in that sense, there's almost this affirmation of, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, even she said, like, we already locked in, but we really
locked in. Like, I'm going to see you at the family reunion. You better send me a plate. Yeah.
And I ended up going to LA after we found that out. Wow. So, like, I went to visit. We did a photo shoot together. We, like, got to, you know, chance to chop it up just on a different level.
Now, knowing what you know.
Exactly. Knowing what we know. It was different. And then I feel like the people that are mutual friends of ours, they're like, damn, I'm really friends with both of y'all for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of y'all good people, but I never would have thought the connection. So it's
never
dope.
Made that connection.
For sure.
It's beautiful. That's one of the things that I feel like we really connected on is when I first met you, being that you were sort of this more quiet, more, you know, in the background, just kind of observing, and then having a conversation with you, I was like, oh, this person is really genuine, really down to earth, and also a lot of the values resonate. So you care a lot about not only what you're putting out, but how you're making people feel, and then also family. So for me, I always think about Hard as It Gets, right? Because, and I'm gonna do a little interpretive dance, okay? So we got the basketball. I just want to ball and I just want to be rich.
Yeah.
I just want it all. Never settle for shit. Talking to my mom.
Yeah. She told me don't never
She
quit.
told me don't ever quit.
Yeah.
Okay. Know that you hard, but you as hard as it gets, right? Know that it gets hard, but you as hard as it gets. So for me, that resonates because I'm also very close with my mom. So I understand that love that you have for your mom, and I don't think that there's a single track, a single album that you've ever put out where you don't mention your mom.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how has her love, giving you that super strength in your journey?
Yeah. Nah, for sure. So, like I got siblings, but we all got different moms. So at the end of the day, like I love my pops, love my siblings and everything like that. But for, a good 13 plus years of my life, it was just like me and my mom in one crib, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we got to spend the most time with each other, got to kind of learn each other through our like different evolutions, even, her seeing me date, me seeing her date, like just different, just evolutions of this. Me moving away, me living in like Arlington, me coming back, living in Mesquite. She lives in Garland. So just having that aspect, and then me doing the music thing. I tell people all the time, same way I said earlier, like if I try to do something, I'm gonna be cold. Like same time, if I try to do something, my family and them gonna support. You know what I'm saying? So if I just put some hats, I ain't even dropped the hats online yet. I just post a picture up, and like all my cousins hit me about hats. We might not even be able to sell the hats.
They're gone. Like that's it.
The first like 20 already, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna be like the inner circle, but definitely an extension of that, you know what I'm saying? Coming from my mom and the way she is, and her establishing those relationships with a lot of people. It's a lot of people out there that, you know what I'm saying, they got a relationship with me, they look out for me, but it's really based off of how my mom treated them type thing, you know what I'm saying? So for sure, she the champion of this whole thing, and she's scrambling around trying to go to Office Depot and figure out how many CDs can fit in this.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Who does the labels and how they do the, you know what I'm saying, cases and everything. So at the end of the day, she the one that's still trying to get everything done for me, for sure.
It's such an unconditional love.
Yeah.
It's such an unconditional love.
For
That's
sure.
beautiful.
For sure.
That's so beautiful. So, and I think, to me, I just keep tying it back to this baby Kevin on the cover of To Whom Much Is Given. So do you feel like baby Cush is proud of you, kid Cush?
Oh yeah, for sure. People ask me sometimes like, yo, like you feel like the same person or you feel like a change, like a different person, you know what I'm saying? And I tell people, like I tell my mom this all the time. Like when I look at that picture of that kid, like I feel like I'm the same kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an evolved version.
Yeah.
But like anybody that ever knew me, like I feel like they could testify like bro ain't trying to be somebody he's not, or like portraying somebody he's not. Like he probably would have been on that same exact thing if he wasn't trying to do music, or if he wasn't, having his hand in different creative things or whatever. So it's super dope just to, even this album, I recorded a lot of this album in a room I grew up in.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally like.
I just got chills.
Like corner of the room. So it's just a different conviction.
Yeah.
I get to when I walk into this room and I'm playing a song for hundreds of people or whatever, I get to think, when I leave, I get to think like, they don't even know I made that in the corner of the room that I was in when I had a bunk bed, and I used to write on the little, I had like a little desk and I was doing my homework on that. You know what I'm saying? So just the fact that I'm able to do that and be motivated when I'm in those spaces, but then share it and it could go nationwide, internationally, that's like a crazy thing to me. So it's just me taking who I am with me, no matter how high up it go, for sure.
You just being you becomes now an inspiration to other people, maybe just starting out, a couple years behind where you are now, that place where you used to be. And it's crazy, the evolution of self, and as a rapper, but just as yourself as well. Like, so I guess my other thing that I'm always curious about is, Cush with a C, that's who I met, right? But then you start having a conversation with you start really breaking down those walls, there's a different person underneath that. So do you ever feel like people only see Cush with the C, and how do you keep that balance?
I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I feel like I only see Cush with a C.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, finding that balance of, making sure human stuff is straight with making sure, stuff I want to do musically is straight. We be joking around. We be like, yo, fam, you trying to budget for this music video. You got to make sure the budget for the oil change is there.
Yeah, listen.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't that I ain't got it. It's just you got to keep in mind that you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so focused on the music stuff that you don't got like life together. So I feel like even during the process of making this project, things slowed down a lot for me.
Yeah.
Things slowed down a lot for me. There's still a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but I feel very much so in control in the most way I have been in my career so far. I'm not a great multitasker. You know what I mean? My mama be telling me, do this and do this. And you know what I'm saying? She be asking
like
me,
one thing at a time,
you know what
mama.
I'm saying? You trying to do this? But I feel like during this process, I've been the greatest multitasker I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that just shows. I got a friend that was telling me a quote, and he was basically saying, like, when life slows down, you moving at the pace that the world is actually moving at. Like we always are moving so sped up, but naturally things don't move. So, we in a rat race. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, we would be, feel composed, feel like, oh, it's time to go do this. Okay, cool. Not feel like, oh my God, we gotta do this and, be frantic. It's just like, oh, we going over there tonight? Okay. Like we just taking it as it comes.
Something my mom always told me was, when you don't know what to do, just be still. And that's something that we struggle with, because like you said, the rat race, there's paying bills, there's showing up to a 9-to-5 that that you're not going to be in for the rest of your life. And then there's still balancing, there's all these emotions in life, grief, love, sadness. There's so many things that you have to balance. So I think that that's such an important message, is like, accept the stillness, be where you're at, and understand that that's where you're supposed to be. And that's easier said than done, but I think that's the human condition, is just being able to be still.
Yeah.
So there's the other song where you say, I think it's fucking with me. Can I say that?
Nobody fucking with me.
Nobody fucking with me. So in Nobody Fucking With Me, there's a line, a bar where you say, it's and give it to me, because this is you just released this, so I ain't got all the Spotify lyrics.
Yeah.
But it's something along the lines of like, now I feel like I can finally ask for a fee, or I can finally charge.
For sure.
So there's this like almost sensation in that song where it's like, I found myself, I found my validity, right? And so I guess I want to find out, do you feel like now you're getting a lot more love, you're getting a lot more energy, support? Do you feel like there are people who maybe don't want to see you win, and does that matter to you?
Yeah, I feel like, so I say I'm finding myself. I feel like I finally could get a fee, and that's overdue. Last couple of years I'm 2-0, but it be feeling like I'm 0-2. So what I'm basically saying is, like, my last couple of albums, they actually great.
Yeah.
But sometimes I be feeling like I'm like a little bit defeated, you know what I'm saying, just throughout the process.
Yeah.
But I done got to that point to where, like, I found myself, it's okay for me, when somebody reach out to me to be a part of something or do something, it's okay for me to be like, hey, I need this.
Yeah, let me charge a little.
Whatever, because that's overdue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just me coming to that conclusion. So I don't feel like I feel no way about anybody that doesn't agree with that.
Okay.
I just appreciate everybody that agrees with it and everybody that comes to me and treats me accordingly. But if they don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't be tripping. I joke with people all the time, whether it's like relationships or whatever. If somebody ain't really willing to do what you're trying to get them to do, or ain't approaching you in the right way, to me it truly is like their loss.
Yeah.
Like, you're not losing anything.
Yeah.
So I done been, you know what I'm saying, I done had homies that's like, damn, I ain't come home but one tonight. And I be like, shit, you probably better off, bro. You probably better off than if you would have came home at the wrong one, So with situations, even when it comes to interacting with people or whatever it is, I'm very much so on a path where I'm like, I'd rather do 2 things the right way than doing 10 of them
wrong way.
And having those 8 things where it was, you know what I'm saying, times where I ain't, do it the right way. So for sure.
Yeah, even the all the love that I need is all the love that I have.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Did I get that right?
I say all the love I need is all the love for me, for
It's
sure.
all
for
the
sure.
love for me.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, it almost doesn't matter who doesn't support the project, or is secretly, hating, or
because
doesn't matter.
I say the song is called "Give Me All the Love."
Yeah.
And what it's about is basically I started out saying I want all the love.
Yeah.
I want all the love. So everybody that's in this room tonight, I want everybody to love it. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I got to a place in my career where I received a lot of what I was looking for. But it
didn't feel the same way you thought it was going to feel.
Going back to whom much is given.
Wow.
So that's what it's all about. It's give me all the love, and then the track after that is to whom much is given for a reason.
Wow.
Because it's basically, that was the revelation. Was, okay, I'm going to give it to you, but be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that conclusion that, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I really think like this. It's like, I'd rather have 20 people in the room that's really here for Cush with a C than 100 people in the room and only 20 of them be there for me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
It's so funny to me because I always think about human beings as like, man, I'm going to get super... okay, so I'm a little metaphysical here, so stick with me. But I think about human beings as like lights. Like we're all walking through this world trying to find our light, trying to keep it, when the world is trying to steal your light from you, And especially as that's why, finding your inner child is so important, because that's really where your light is. That's your inner child, So I think about, when we're all lights in this world, you attract everything. Lights attract moths. They attract the bugs. So it's almost like you have to be able to filter through what you're attracting, because it's not always going to be all good.
No, for sure. Like you ain't gotta give people permission to enter your space just because they want to. You ain't got to give people permission to enter your space just because they want to.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to feel bad if somebody reach out to you about something. If you can't do it right now, or it don't feel all the way right, or, you know what I'm saying, you just got too much going on, or you just don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. You don't got to feel bad about that. Just because everything coming your way, it can't be for you.
Yeah.
Everything is not for you. That's not my belief. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for you. So just being more selective and trying to do things like that, I feel like it kind of naturally kind of weeds out who really wants to be there and who doesn't. Who has the patience when you are going through something and you can't link up for dinner and you can't link up on lunch because you working overtime right now.
It's not always about that other person.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are other things going on.
But who's still around?
Yeah.
Once you get out of that space and you like, yo, fam, I'm free for the next 2 weeks. Every night,
who's there with you at the end?
Who's there when it's time to celebrate?
Yeah.
So I'm very much so on that tip where I'm like, I don't really want to pop bottles with nobody unless they was there at a point when I couldn't pop bottles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people that surround me.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
A lot of people that surround me though, for real was, you know what I'm saying, figuratively shooting with me.
Attracted
to
the light.
Yeah. The people that I want to, the people that I did let in, a lot of them stayed.
Yeah.
Because I was selective.
Yeah.
I ain't let everybody in. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, sometimes you'll hear people be like, man, all my friends turned against me or whatever. And I kind of be like, well, then maybe you picked, like maybe,
And I think you said something earlier about like, it's their loss ultimately. And I'm sort of the belief that things just happen sometimes the way that they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So even if you and I fell out, it doesn't necessarily mean that, it was your loss or my loss. Yeah. I feel like sometimes it's just that's the way that things were meant to be as far as, you outgrow people and they outgrow you. And there's just different elements to it.
So I know we're going to get a trophy over here. So it's just like, shit, we gonna win this trophy over here. Like, you could probably win that trophy in another sport or something. You know what I'm saying? You might go play soccer or something. But over here, if we hooping, you know what I'm saying, we gonna win over here. But that don't mean you can't win. You know what I'm saying? You could go get a different trophy and shit. I ain't saying that. I
need to tell. I feel like I'm in church. I gotta like.
Nah, I ain't saying mine way no more either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm better than nobody or nothing like that. I'm just like saying I know where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel so good. I be telling people sometimes, I say when I go to sleep at night, I be sleeping like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no awkward feelings about myself.
No ill will.
Yeah.
No,
I ain't gonna say I don't have insecurities, but like damn near to the point to where like this is like maybe like a real time revelation, but like low key, like I don't have insecurities no more. Like from a standpoint that like I'm not thinking about things. Like I'm not overthinking things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, what is it? Oh, what we doing? Oh, da 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 da. Once again, so it's very much so. Like I say, when it's time to lay my head down, I'm not thinking, oh damn, what if I could have done this differently? Or damn, what if this person upset? Or damn, I should have, you know? Cause also the world done made it to where like I done been like, damn, bro probably upset or shorty probably upset. And the world will bring it back around to give me that opportunity to be like, damn, was you tripping about that one thing? Like, nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? It's no issue I ever had with a person that couldn't be resolved if it needed to be resolved. You feel me?
Or if it should be, too.
Yeah, so I've been on that tip, too.
It's crazy how cyclical life is, too, because, you know, I feel like you go through these motions and unless you really address that, it's going to, at some point, like you said, it's going to come back around. It's going to have its natural, organic resolution.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing.
For sure.
Man, I'm just so excited for you, and I'm so excited for Cush with the C, to whom much is given. But beyond that, I feel like you're in a place now where you can just continue to follow the natural flow of life. And that's just it's organic.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Nah, for sure. It's super exciting for me. You know, like you said earlier, the album is out now. So tonight we gonna celebrate. You know, we got a release party.
Yeah.
So that'll be dope. By the time people hear this, you know what I'm saying, we'll have gone through that, and you know the project will be on streaming everywhere and things like that. But really, just my biggest thing is just wanting people to walk away from this knowing that, you know, different things gonna come your way. It's gonna be situations that come through. But, you know, it's not going to be any situation that you can't handle and figure it out. You know, like I said on that line, you know, my mama say, you know that it get hard, but you as hard as it gets. So now I drive around, I be like, damn, shit kind of hard right now.
Yeah.
I be like, but you know what I'm saying? But you got it, though. You know what I'm saying? So I just want my music to be able to impact people in that way. You know what I'm saying? To where maybe they want to throw that on. Maybe they want to play that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it because I want to make however much I make off of them streaming the song. I want to make the impact. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
it's funny too. I feel like I always say, like, God, I am not your strongest soldier. Relax. Okay, I'm not the army general. But at the same time, you know, we do go through these things in order to evolve. And I think about where I was, you know, 4 or 5 years ago versus now. I would have never thought when I was going through those things that was necessary to be who I am now. And likewise, it's kind of that understanding where you can kind of be at peace now. If something's gonna come my way, I know that it's for me. Yeah. Good or bad. And I'm just so proud of you as a friend, as a everything. You know, I feel like this is your time.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
And cheers to your time.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheers. So it's beautiful. We just had the wonderful opportunity to chop it up. I hope that you picked up some gems. I hope that you go stream To Whom Much Is Given. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm Cush with a C on all platforms. So you could search it up, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you know, wherever you at with it. And then just search. It's literally Cush with a C. You know what I'm saying? On all the streaming and everything like that. To Whom Much Is Given. Out now. I'm very excited. Self-produced. So I produce everything on there. All the raps. Everything. You know what I'm saying? We doing big things, man. So I'm excited to share this with y'all.
Mr. Silk Versace himself. Listen,
Something.
thank you so much. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you check this out, I am Tamara, Tmoney Kodaks. You can find a lot of these. Decorum is a part of my brand, 360 Home Goods. You can check that out as well.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, and cheers.
Yeah, you might hear another conversation from us soon. You never know.
You never know. So thank you so much.